And welcome to a new episode of a Digital Coffee Gaming Brew, and I'm your host, Brett Dicer. Please subscribe to Digital Coffee on all your favorite podcasting apps. We have a 5-star review. Let's get to that number one spot in the leisure category. And Merry Christmas for all those that are celebrating Christmas as well. It's going to be a fun time with family, and I hope you enjoy it as well. But this episode is actually brought to you by Drum Leo, and he gave me the best comment ever. He said, "Your podcast sucks." So I do hope to make it extra sucky for you all, because I hate to disappoint my fans. But anyways, moving on, we talked about Overwatch 2, a little bit interesting things, Midnight Suns, Witcher 3, Fallout as well, and then the main topic is basically going to be about Fortnite and its huge settlement that it has to pay out. So let's get those coffee cups ready, and here we go. That's good. All right, and happy Friday, and once again, a Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you do have an enjoyable weekend. But first off is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or TMNT Shredder's Revenge update does have custom arcade mode, CTR, VCR filters, and more, so you can get even more retro with it. Now, this is actually a really fun game if you like it. It also works really well on the Steam Deck, so if you have the Steam Deck, this is one of the games you should get for it. It is a little difficult, but it harkens back to the old school Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was young, and I love that, and I just love that they're adding more to it, especially the CTR VCR filters. You can even make it even more feel like it's the 80s/90s of the era when TMNT was actually really, really popular, because I remember I saw the band. There was a band. I had like most of the toys. It was crazy just how popular it is. But yes, you can do custom, which is old school super, respectful reptile. There's a difference: free to play, radical ninja, doppelgangers, focused fighter, faster foot, blasting baddies, fiercer foot, and aggro adversaries. So you can change it up, make it harder or not as hard as you want. But once again, I highly recommend this game. I think it's around like $20 to $30 on Steam. And if you can get it, you should definitely get it. All right, moving on to some free games. If you don't mind the Epic Game Store, you can get Fallout, Fallout 2, Fallout Tactics. That'd be a really interesting one. Fallout Tactics Brotherhood of Steel for free on the Epic Game Store. Like I said, most gamers don't mind the Epic Game Store because you just get free games. These are pretty old games, but they're really good. Highly recommended. At least the first two. The third one maybe not, but the first two, highly recommend those two games on that one. But like I said before, these are fun. Now these are top-down type of games. Think about Baldur's Gate 3 that's coming out. It's more akin to that than what Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4 is. It's very different. It's in the era where first-person shooters weren't really as popular, and this is just an interesting way of playing it if you want to play the old Fallout games and see where it's come from then to now. They're old, so don't expect revolutionary things on this one. Moving on to the Witcher 3 Next Gen update is going to get a hotfix to make this a little bit more stable on PC specifically. Now, I played, I think, about 30 minutes of it, and it actually wasn't that bad. I really wasn't running great frame rates, but it wasn't terrible where it was like, oh my gosh, I can't play this game. But it was like hovering around 60 frames per second, or mostly below, depending on how much traffic there was. I didn't get to the big cities yet, but it was doing fine. But yeah, I didn't have it on the max settings whatsoever. I have the 3090 NVIDIA card as well, so it's very interesting to see how not optimized it is, but we'll see how well they keep on doing when they keep on fixing it, updating it, and making where it actually can actually work. But right now, yeah, it's okay. It's not great. It's not terrible, but it's good as long as you don't push it to all the high settings on everything. I would leave it to like medium to lowish, turn off motion blur and everything else that could actually like hinder the frame rates as well. So to help keep those frame rates up, but it's still a great game, still a beautiful game, regardless of how old this game actually is. But yeah, it doesn't run as well as it probably should, but it doesn't run terrible for me at the same time. All right, moving on to Midnight Suns, and there are mods, and they're finally here, and there's a whole bunch of mods for you to check out on Nexus Mods. Now, I will not be on there because of just the stupidity of the Spider-Man mods and how we just took it off because of changing of a flag, and I think it was really ridiculous and overhanded of them. So I got off and got rid of Nexus Mods. But if you still don't care about that, then yeah, I highly recommend you go there and see what you can see for that one, what they can do. Maybe they can turn it into a Star Wars game instead. That'd be interesting to see Star Wars for that. But like I said, mods are always great. I have nothing against the modders. I just have anything against the company as well, but nothing against the modders whatsoever. Modders are great. Support them as much as you can. I highly recommend that. And the game's not bad as well. I actually haven't had the issues with the launcher as other people have had, but I think it's depending on your system as well and your graphics card. So act accordingly on this one. But yes, you can actually get mods from Midnight Suns, and I would highly recommend it if you have a Nexus Mods account. All right, moving on to Overwatch 2 and the comp rate decay. It seems, well, it's interesting because comp in 2 as opposed to Overwatch 1 is very different. There was some decay in 1, but they eventually got rid of it because they were waiting for Overwatch 2. And it seemed like it was a little bit more balanced in comp compared to what it is now. What it is now is that there is this secret MMR that no one really knows except for Blizzard themselves. And they use that to actually rank you into different types of games. And hopefully it's the similar play styles or at least similar skill level as they were hoping. But it didn't really pan out to be that way. And it became all weird. A lot of streamers that I don't really play comp, I just mostly play quick play because it's fun to do it that way. But most streamers are like, it's just not that fun. It seems like it's worse off. And I have always said that Overwatch 2 should have stuck with 6v6 because eventually over time 5v5 is just going to show that it just isn't great. And I think we're seeing it a lot sooner than I actually anticipated, but the rank system is just not working as intended. They are trying to fix it, but it's just not working as intended, and it seems to favor casual players over the hardcore players, which you got to balance it out. Yes, casual players are going to be the majority of the player base, but you still got to balance it out where the hardcore fans will actually enjoy it. Now, if you can't do that, then it's just going to become this mess where no one's going to enjoy it. And I think we're at that point right now, but we'll see what they're going to be doing with this and if they can actually fix it for season 3, because they got to fix this where it actually is you are playing against people of similar ranking, or people are just going to go to quick play, and quick play is going to be the new comp, and comp is just going to die because no one's going to care anymore. Because then I feel like that's going to eventually happen. And in other news, Overwatch 2 Bastion Gingerbread skin is only going to be one coin, one Overwatch coin. So I would highly recommend you pick it up. I already did because I had like 300 something of those coins. But anyways, I highly recommend you do this because it's only one coin, and it's pretty cool what they did with it. It's similar to how cool it was when they did the Lego one, which I don't actually have, but if people do, that's actually a pretty cool one as well. But I like this one. This nice little holiday fun, and you get a little charm with it as well. And it's only one Overwatch coin, so I think you can find a way of actually picking it up. You can pick up coins for $5 for 500, and that will actually help you with that. But if you don't need to, I think there's actually ways of actually earning it through the game because they're actually figuring out how to do this finally. But yeah, pick it up. I highly recommend you pick up the gingerbread skin for Bastion on Overwatch 2. Do not miss out because it's a very limited time. I think it's till January 2nd. I think if I'm not wrong, but it's until January. So pick it up as quickly as possible. It's only one coin. Once again, if you can't, try to buy it for $5 for 500 coins, or try to get the coins in game through playing games. All right, moving on. I got a fun one that I always love to continue to do, but this is the one that I actually really love to do because, and this one is pretty funny too. So apparently they're mad because Police Simulator is one of the top games on Steam this month because, well, it's police and people could talk who hate police because police actually do, by research, help make cities safer. And we've seen it through the past few years. So this is a terrible thing because people can play Police Simulator on Steam and it shouldn't be popular. And yes, congratulations, Kotaku. You've once again outdone yourself on the best, one of the best titles. I think I never get tired of this because I just always think it's funny just how interesting this all becomes because, yeah, it's a simulator. Yeah, it's not actually real life. Yes, people do buy this stuff. It's fun for some people. Would I get it? Probably not because I just don't really care about it. But some people do. And I don't understand this whole thing about how terrible it is because you're playing police and you think police are bad because reasons. And they're not really correct reasons either. But hey, more power to you. And I don't disagree that we shouldn't hold police officers to the highest standard, but I also don't think we in this current thing, and I live in California where we have robberies all the time and people steal a lot of stuff and it's just getting worse. And so you gotta pick and choose. But anyways, yes, apparently it's terrible that Police Simulator is one of the biggest games last month because it's police. All right, moving on to the biggest thing right now is going to be the Fortnite FTC basically settlement that has Epic paying $520 million. Now, this is because of mostly deceptive practices from teens and kids, basically not knowing that their information was taken and basically other kind of dubious things that's happened. So Epic has agreed to pay Epic has agreed to pay FTC. They haven't agreed to pay themselves. The FTC $275 million to the U.S. government to resolve claims and violates the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or COPA, by gathering the personal information of kids under the age of 13 without receiving their parents' verifiable consent. It's one of the largest fines the FTC has imposed, and that's what they said on Monday. And this is a pretty big deal because you really shouldn't be collecting that data. I don't understand why Epic was collecting that data. They knew that they shouldn't be collecting this data. They just with it anyways, and they got caught. And now they're trying to save face with this one, saying, yes, the gaming industry should change and we're in the forefront of changing it. I'm like, no, you got caught. You got caught. And then you're like, oh no, you all should go with us and not do this too. And it's like, you did it. You're the ones that did this. It wasn't anybody else but you. You screwed up. You collected information that you shouldn't be collecting from kids, rightfully so. And now you're paying the price to be like, yeah, we really shouldn't be doing this. But the second settlement is to pay $245 million as refunds to consumers who were allegedly harmed by user interface design choices the FTC claimed were deceptive. The agreement in the largest administrative order in FTC history the FTC has added. The best part about this is, let's see if I can get no developer creates a game with intention of ending up here, Epic has said. We accepted this agreement because we want Epic to be at the forefront of consumer protection, provide the best experience for our player. Yeah, you're all like, yeah, we messed up, so we're going to basically PR this up and be like, yeah, we really shouldn't be doing this, guys. You should take our lead because we got caught. You got caught. You got caught with your pants down and you're like, no. We wanted to be better because we got caught. Like, seriously, I'm glad that you accept this, but you should have known better. like there's always more laws and rules to protect children. Well, for the most part, apparently it's, other politics nowadays doesn't really do it, but there usually is a lot more laws to protect children from this because they shouldn't be tracked. They shouldn't be doing anything because they're kids. They're under the guidance or protection of the parents. And so we do that for their protection. But it just seems really weird that Epic's like, yeah, we accept this because you got caught. Like, again, you got caught, and now you're dealing with the consequences, which is fine because Fortnite is a very popular game. A lot of kids, a lot of people play it. I don't because I just don't find it fun, but that's here or there for that one. But it should be noticed or known that you got caught and you got cracked down, and the FTC found that you did this knowingly. Like, you had to know you were doing this. You had to know who was buying your stuff. You had to know who were the kids and who were not. There is so much analytical data, and you always have to ask, are you 13 or older? Yes or no. And I know some kids actually say, yes, I'm older than 13, but still, you had to know something about this, and you didn't. There was no protections on there. There was nothing to protect the kids, and it was very deceptive and misleading, and you knew what you were doing. So I know I don't take your little PR stunt for what it is. It is, yeah, we agree because what we did was messed up, and that's what your messaging should have said instead of, yes, we're here in the forefront for better change, to make sure that consumers are protected after we screwed up. That's really all it is. It's just a PR spin on it. It's a bad PR spin, but it's still a PR spin because PR people do craft these messages to make these announcements on it. But it's not here or there. It's just stupid. They should have known better. And that's where we're at. All right, moving on to my last thing, just a message of, once again, Merry Christmas to all, and I hope you have a great holidays. I hope you get what the games you were looking for, but also just kind of like the season of giving, the season of goodwill, and just peace as well. And I know when we play a lot of games, we get really just rattled, and we get mad at ourselves, but also our team, depending on what we're playing, and we want to do well. We just argue with each other. But maybe this week and next week we just bring the patience up and the anger down, and we take a break when we need to, and we just give each other just grace and understanding. I'm not asking for the whole year. I'm just asking for maybe a week or maybe 2 days. Whatever you're comfortable with. Just how about that? How about we just love on each other as we are gamers ourselves, depending on what side of the political spectrum you're on. And we just have fun with each other. Let's just do that for Christmas and Christmas Eve and see how well that goes. That's all I'm saying. Is just, I wish you guys a Merry Christmas. As always, Happy New Year. And I hope that your day is great. But as always, thank you for listening to Digital Coffee. As always, please subscribe to Digital Coffee on all your favorite podcasting apps. Leave a 5-star review. Let's get to the #1 spot in the leisure category. And join me next week as I talk about what's going on in the gaming industry, but also my predictions for 2023 as well. All right, guys, stay safe. Have a happy Christmas once again, or a Merry Christmas. See you next week. Later.